Hello and welcome. I am Garen, also known as Gar1onriva, and this is my 2021 State of the Channel. In this, I'll talk about my current series, my live streaming, and what's coming up this year. But then I will talk about the most exciting thing, the launch of the new Gar1on Tabletop channel. But more on that later. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. The canonical sequel to Pokemon Colosseum, XD Gale of Darkness is, it's like the most mainstream of spin-offs. It's all about the continuing fight against an evil team, in this case Cypher, and their plot to take over the world using twisted shadow Pokemon. You capture the shadow Pokemon from their trainers and then purify them. This series hasn't been going very long, so there's still plenty of time to suggest nicknames for all the shadow Pokemon I catch and purify. Not a whole lot to say about this one. It's a game I'm very fond of, and it's Pokemon. Everyone loves Pokemon. Co-op Deep Rock Galactic and Age of Encryption. The reason I'm talking about both of these at the same time is they're both affected by the same problem. The processor in my PC is very out of date. When the editing software I use updated, it informed me that my processor is 5 generations too old for the minimum specs needed. I can't use that software until I get a new processor. I've ordered a new one, a Zen 3 if you're familiar, but it'll still be hopefully only a matter of weeks before I receive it. The reason these two series are affected is I use two different editing programs, Premiere Elements and Premiere Pro. Pro is the one I use for Deep Rock and AoE, and Pro is the one that updated. Elements isn't running amazingly, but at least I can use it. Deep Rock Galactic and Age of Encryption will both be back as soon as I can, make them. Anime style. Look, I know I've had a habit of promising this series return and then not doing it, but I am genuinely enthusiastic about this series. Anime style is a more traditional scripted, episode-by-episode review of anime. I'm currently partway through reviewing Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, but I've already got the art for the next anime I plan to review. Season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul. I don't want people to think I'm only going to review the plot-heavy ones, so hopefully Tokyo Ghoul will prove that. Plus, I have a lot to say about it. After Tokyo Ghoul, I'm not sure which one I'll do, maybe Kill la Kill, maybe My Hero Academia, maybe something else. I'll see what I'm in the mood for at the time. But anime style will be returning in early 2021. Live streaming. Since becoming a Twitch affiliate last year, I've been making an effort to stream regularly. During the first lockdown I streamed, 4 or 5 times a week, but these days I aim for 2 or 3. My current streaming schedule is Tuesday, Thursday and maybe Saturday, with Tuesday being the same game every week, while Thursdays is voted for. Saturdays I want to do multiplayer streams, but so far those have been hard to organise. Things are a little in the air about the streams at the moment. I've been having trouble finding a proper replacement for Stardew Valley as the Tuesday game, but I'm sure I will, so follow me on Twitch, linked in the description, or watch on YouTube. I usually stream at 4 PM British time. PokeSins. With the main series now halfway through Season 3, and the Patreon exclusives in Season 6, things are going well. In case you're unaware, PokeSins is a series in which I go through episodes of Pokemon, counting pluses for good things, minus for bad things, totaling a score which gets added to the scoreboard. It's inarguably my most popular series, but due to ShowPro exploiting YouTube's copyright system, I've had to take it off of YouTube itself. There are some episodes still viewable on YouTube, but the vast majority are only available on my website linked in the description. In order to cover the costs for self-hosting as well as, make a living, some episodes require a password that you get by pledging on Patreon. Most of Season 1 is free, as well as over half of Seasons 2 and 3. All of these can be watched on my website, but that brings me to my next big thing. A new website. After a long time of trying to find someone to make it, at least without charging an arm and a bloody leg, I can announce that my new website is in active development. It's coming along very well and will have features vastly better than the ones my current site has. I won't talk too much about these features as they are still being added, but the number one thing I want to tell you about is the improved video player and PokeSins archive. I don't deny that my current player is substandard. I'm not trying to make excuses, but it's not entirely my fault. The plugin I use is poor, and the maker has not fixed the problems despite repeatedly promising he would. That's why, for the new website, an improved player is top of the list. Not only will it be able to do all the things that a decent player should, it will also have easier navigation for finding the episodes that you want to watch. I can't tell you much more because it's still being made. I expect it to be a couple of months before it's ready, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. And on to the biggest thing. It is my pleasure to unveil my brand new channel, a spin-off of Gar1onriva, Gar1on Tabletop. Sometime last year I spoke with the members of my Discord, linked in the description, to get their thoughts on what a new channel should focus on. The verdict was tabletop content. The new channel, available right now, also linked in the description, will have regular videos on board games, card games, miniatures and D&D. That's Dungeons & Dragons and other tabletop roleplay games. If you head over there, you will find 8 pre-uploaded videos, plus the trailer, to get you started. I play Onitama with Ollie, Seven Wonders Duel with Hazel, 1,500 point Conquest the Last Argument of Kings battle with Charlie, and a single player Gar1onriva's Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. This is what I've spent the last 2 months solid working on. On this new channel, I will be playing various board games with friends, both one-offs and longer games, miniature battles like Conquest and Warhammer, and I'm already planning a D&D campaign series. You'll notice I mentioned Baldur's Gate, but that's not a tabletop game. Due to the crossover of interest between video games like Warhammer games and D&D games, and their tabletop properties, I'm counting them. Space Marine, Total Warhammer, Baldur's Gate. It doesn't necessarily have to be played on a tabletop to be tabletop related. I'm open to debate the relevance of deck builders like Slay the Spire and Night of the Full Moon, but it's just about where your definition of card game ends. If it could be justified as related to board games, card games, miniatures or D&D, it could appear on Gar1on Tabletop. I'd love if you could all go check out the new channel, subscribe and kick off 2021 with a new era of Gar1onriva. A Gar1onriva. No, don't call it that. Thank you very much for watching, and especially to all my patrons for making these channels possible. I'm incredibly nervous but optimistic for what I'll do this year, and any support you can give via my Patreon or by subscribing and sharing the new channel is greatly, greatly appreciated. If there are any games or other content that you'd like to see me cover in the coming year, please leave me a comment. I can't promise that I'll want to cover it, but I consider, however briefly, every idea I'm told. Have a great year, and this was my 2021 State of the Channel video, but to finish it off, here is the trailer for Gar1on Tabletop. Catch you later. Hello and welcome to Gar1on Tabletop, home of board games, card games, miniatures and D&D. I'm Gar1on, also known as Gar1onriva. Take a seat. It's like, guys, I need you to move, lower your lances, charge the open field. But sir, there's no one... I said charge. Oh no, I'm going to be attacked here. I really hope that I don't completely outnumber him and overwhelm him. Who could have possibly seen that coming except me? I can use that to my advantage, he says, with no way to use it to his advantage. Why is there a calculator that says 58008 here? Wow. Wow!
Have you seen it?
I'm going to delete that. Yeah. But you didn't know orcs were balloons. They pop if you shoot them hard enough. I suppose most things pop if you shoot them hard enough.
That's the worst idea you've ever come up with.
I've definitely come up with worse ideas than a terry cloth carpet. Come on, Hazel. Be realistic. A mammoth is stampeding. Try to calm it down. And I'm dead. I challenge you, fire wizard, to a duel. Will you accept?
Aye, and I'll nestle my beard in your ass.
Very unexpected tone on this meeting. Oh, I didn't know you felt that way.
Let's just duel already.
If you saw something you liked, subscribe for more board games, card games, miniatures, and D&D. Catch you later.